Hey friends, I'm Andy. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm willing to bet that you have heard of the envelope system for budgeting. I'm also willing to bet that you have thought at least once, who wants to carry around that much cash? The creators of fintech company Envel thought the same thing and set out to modernize the system. Envel Bank accounts put a techie twist on the envelope system and uses AI technology to help customers slay their savings goals. Envel is an envelope system that can work in the 21st century. That's exactly what we'll be talking about today, but first let's go ahead and skip to the conclusion of this video with a spoiler alert. Envel is an innovative AI banking system that helps users save and spend without guilt. It offers autopilot budgeting and has a fully customizable envelope system. Unfortunately, this bank does not offer any interest-bearing potential now as it's still in its crowdfunding phase. If you want more detail than that, then stick around for the rest of the video because I'll dive into what makes Envel unique, what the pros and cons are, and whether you should consider banking with them or not. Before we start opening these envelopes, please click that like button. Hitting that like button is a free way for you to help support this channel. It would really help me out. Okay, on to the review. Wow, these names. Diedrich Mewis, and pardon my pronunciation, Diedrich Mewis and Steve Leroux co-founded Envel in 2018 at Harvard University. Envel handles money directly within the app and offers FDIC insurance through their online banking partner, NBKC. They even issue a debit card that links to users' different envelopes directly, but more on that in a minute. The founders of Envel, which has to be a play on envelope, thought that the envelope system had some serious merit, but nobody but rappers walk around carrying all those Benjamins anymore. Diedrich and Steve also believe that AI is a better way of accounting for dollars spent and budgeting for dollars incoming, and they have the technology to back it up. Despite being founded in 2018, Envel, following 6 months of public trials, went live in the App Store in December of 2020. Envel really put a spin on the antiquated envelope system and catapulted it into the 21st century. Envel costs nothing to download, and there are no balance minimums or fees. Even ATMs are fee-free because Envel has partnered with MoneyPass and Visa to bring you access to more than 38,000 ATMs. That's a whole lot of free, but you might still be wondering how that's any different from any other fintech company these days. For starters, your Envel account isn't just one checking account. Envel uses its AI and your goals to divide your money into a minimum of 4 accounts: cash, emergency, bills, and vault, or savings, with the ability to create up to 99 micro checking accounts to fit your needs. The entire point of the AI in this app is to do the budgeting for you with an eye on savings and wealth creation, but with guilt-free spending. Guilt-free spending and wealth growth sounds great to me, but how? Let's jump into the specifics. First things first, Envel users don't have one account. They have a minimum of 4 accounts called envelopes. Each envelope has its own routing and account number. The idea is that as a baseline, you should be paying your bills, saving for the future, needing discretionary spending money for things like groceries or clothes, and that you should have a small oopsie-daisy account in cash in case you ever go over your discretionary spending or have a true emergency. The 4 envelopes are the autonomous envelopes that AI generates, but the whole system is fully customizable. Users can integrate direct deposits to other checking accounts outside the system, or share expenses with family and friends, set custom goals with just a date and amount needed, and create custom envelopes for things like takeout money, Starbucks dough, or pebbled ice fund. Envel's platform supports up to 99 envelopes, all of which are FDIC insured. Whatever envelopes you set up, you can either have the AI fund for you, or you can go in and override the app and tell it how much you need in each category every month. The AI funding is the bread and butter of Envel and is truly designed to make your goals accessible without you having to do the legwork. Envel also supports automatic bill pay and direct deposit. What's great about Envel is that you know you will always have money to cover your bills, you will save for your future, and you will have money for emergencies that might pop up. I love the emphasis on emergency funds and saving for the future. These 2 categories are often the first thing to go when we budget for ourselves. After all, it's a lot more fun in the short term to eat sushi or buy a new jacket than it is to save for emergencies. Envel makes saving and emergency funds priority number 1. You've probably heard pay yourself first.
Show me the money.
And with Envel, that is exactly what you're doing. Envel recognizes that savings goals are not one size fits all, and they offer 3 different saving modes for you to choose from. There is the penny pinching mode, where savings are maximized and spending limits are low. Stepping down from penny pinching mode is beast mode, where they balance savings and spending goals for a more manageable long-term spending plan. Lastly, there is party mode, where spending is maximized and savings is reduced. Obviously, penny pinching mode is designed for those who need to catch up a little bit, and party mode is for those who are a little more YOLO leaning, like on vacation.
You have 2 hours to spend $10,000.
No way, this is a joke, right?
Nope.
Because you are saving for the future, making sure your bills are paid, and setting up an emergency fund automatically, you get to make it rain out of your cash account guilt-free. As a matter of fact, Envel breaks down your cash envelope for you into daily, weekly, and monthly guilt-free spending limits. I don't love the name guilt-free spending, but I really like the idea because accounting for where your money is going is the bottom line, and you shouldn't feel guilty about spending money you have designated as spending. Daily limits might be slightly excessive for most people since we aren't spending the same amount of money every single day like a Groundhog's Day grocery robot, but it can be turned on and off in the app easily. Besides, the whole point here is that you never have to wonder whether or not what you are buying fits inside your budget. The envelope system is certainly not new, and the envelopes are masquerading as all sorts of other names on other great apps. One app I've reviewed before, Dough, has a similar platform and similar overarching theme. Save, then spend, but their envelopes are called jars. Envel takes the envelope system one step further, and this is where things get really cool. Envel provides every user with a debit card. It is automatically linked to your cash envelope by default, but the app allows you to go in and switch which envelope you want the money to come out of for up to 15 minutes before you use your card. Excuse me? Yes, there is one debit card for up to 99 accounts. If you are at McDonald's, you can switch on to your eating out envelope. If you are paying your light bill, you can switch on to the bill envelope. The debit card is truly the piece that takes the envelope system and makes it techy and accessible. With a little bit of work on the front end, you can make sure that all your spending is coming out of the proper envelope without having to carry around actual envelopes of cash that a stiff wind could yeet down the road. If you've been around my channel for a while, you already know I love a good joke. Envel won me over with their humor settings. The humor settings range from funny to crude and aim to lighten the otherwise stuffy banking process. And what's not to love about that? Envel goes one step further into extra territory by allowing users to customize the color scheme of their app in light or dark mode. Furthermore, Envel's dashboard is extremely user-friendly and shows you how much you have left in each envelope right there on the main page. There are mobile optimized pages for savings goals, transaction registers, and settings easily accessible by a quick swipe. It'll make you feel like you're on Tinder, but instead of lining up dates, you're lining up a down payment for your dream home. Much like its competitor apps, Envel lets you link all your accounts so you can see your whole financial picture in one quick snapshot instead of trying to manage 12 different accounts across 12 different apps. Okay, Andy? Andy, okay. It's free, it helps me save, and I get a debit card that allows me to access up to 99 envelopes. Why wouldn't I run over and sign up right now? Let's talk about it. I'll be upfront, there aren't a lot of things to not like about Envel. Probably the biggest red flag for some people is that Envel does not pay interest on account balances. High yield savings accounts are a thing in today's world, but your high yield savings accounts at some banks is not going to provide you automation designed to help you save money you already have. Envel is a whole vibe. There's currently no way to label transactions on the back end. You must go into the app and designate which envelope you want to withdraw money from before you can use your card. If you forget, you will have to transfer money between envelopes. It's free, but it is tedious. The final downside to consider with Envel is that each account does have a separate account number. So users need to be careful when setting up any kind of bill pay or direct deposit that the transaction occurs in the right account. All right, let's wrap it up. So now we've covered the pros and the cons and everything in between. The ultimate question is, can Envel help me, or you? Well, it depends on what your main goal is right now. If your budget is well in hand and you don't think you need help, maybe ease on down the road to an account that offers cash back or interest on your balances. If your primary goal is getting control of your spending and savings goals, run, don't walk, and download the app. If you found this review and info helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more money-related content on my channel. Also, give me a follow on Twitter where I post original content every single day. And if you ever use this bank for yourself, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about your experience. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.